Hello y'all. So today we are in my bedroom because both the boys are sick, so I don't want to bother them. I also did want to just do a quick apology. I didn't actually vlog in New York because I felt really self-conscious, so I didn't video anything. And then last weekend I was super sick. So this week what we're going to do to get back on track is we're going to learn about the cyanotype. I bought this in like a little kitschy kiosky kind of store. This is a pre-done kit. I'll talk about a little bit later other ways you can get these, but this was I think like $9 for 12 sheets, which I thought was a pretty good deal. But before we get into what this is and how to use it, let's talk a little bit about the history. So what is a cyanotype? A cyanotype is a 170-year-old photographic printing process that produces a distinctive dark greenish blue. Word cyan, Greek word, means blue. Great. This process was invented by Sir John Herschel, who is an astronomer and a scientist. His dad is the one who discovered Uranus. He didn't actually use this for art process. He used this to make copies of stuff, like notes. And that is actually something I want to play with in this process. So what it means is this is a photosensitive, so light sensitive paper, and we only get one color. So typically when we think of a photo now, it is all the colors we can like see with our eyes onto a surface. This is a really early kind of photography, and it only gets blue. And you really only get to see the outline of the item versus like of the full item. This is like very commonly used to make copies of things and for documentation. However, I think due to the color of it, it can be a really emotional medium. It is such a dark blue and the cast can become so eerie and spooky. So I want to play with these prints once they're done too, as a form of documentation, but also as a form of emotional exploration of a space. The other thing that I really like about these is you don't have to change anything in order to document it. So like if you want to take a cyanotype of like shadows, you just put the paper down and then you get it. You don't have to cut anything up unless you want like a specific layout. Then you might be ripping up some flowers and leaves, which we probably will be. One of the downsides to this medium though is it is weather sensitive. It has to be sunny out. I don't know if you can super tell, but the sun is gonna set in like a half hour here, so we'll do this tomorrow. And it's kind of hard to do on the go, which like for me kind of breaks the point of being a documentation thing, because you need a container of water to stop the process. That being said, this can be a really fun park event. You just need a container and some water, and you just have to plan ahead. So let's talk about the actual material. If you buy a pre-done cyanotype like this, it's pretty safe. The only advice I'd have is that as you're going on your adventurings, make sure you have plenty of water, make sure you're planning for weather. Probably don't trespass. If you're in a park, don't rip up a bunch of leaves and stuff. It's disrespectful to the space. You can also, instead of buying pre-done paper like I have, you can just buy the chemicals and then apply it to whatever you want. And if you do it that way, then be sure to use all your chemical safety and don't drink the cyanotype ink. If you are going to apply it to your own paper, make sure it's a high enough grade that the paper won't dissolve when you put the water on it to finish setting it up. This is probably not something you can just DIY. So we'll do the rest of this tomorrow, but I'm going to talk you through the process and then we'll go play when the sun is out. So this is a pretty simple process, but you have to move fast when you are done. Otherwise you will get blown out images that aren't probably what you're going for. I took some time to sketch out what I wanted to do, and I'll put a time lapse here. Most of the stuff I want to do is going to be out back, because again, I don't really want to work too hard on like lugging around containers of water downtown. But I have a wicker chair on the upstairs porch, and I really want to do some stuff with that. So we shall play. So what you're going to do, and I'll show you this when we go outside, you're going to take one of the papers out of your sun-safe container. You're going to place your items on it quickly. The more opaque an item is, the more white the paper is going to be. And where it is more exposed to the sun, it will be a darker blue. You're gonna wait for however long the instructions tell you. It should only be a few minutes, just read it because some chemicals are different. Then you're gonna soak your paper to stop the process, and then you're done. You have a cyanotype. Once this dries, you can also use this paper to do anything else with. Collages, cards, whatever you want. It's just beautiful paper with your art on it. So that's it for now. I will see y'all outside. Hello. So we are now ready to be in our outside realm. I also have decided that I'm going to use some clothes instead with lace, and I think that'll be really pretty. You can also use, if you have any photography negatives, you can print those on this too, and they'll look really cool. So for my setup, what I have is, so for the setup we have water, I have a clothesline. You obviously, you don't need a clothesline, but you just need somewhere to set all your stuff when it dries. Some pattern stuff. It's kind of cloudy, but it's also kind of sunny, so I think it'll be okay. And then we got some specimens to take the sun out of. So let's get started. So I have one started. It says it can take up to 5 minutes, so we're gonna let this one rest for a little bit and then see. I'm hoping it's not too cloudy, but we'll see. We might have to try again later because the sun's breaking through. We'll see. So here you can see everything starting to lighten out. I'm really excited about this one. The other jar turned out really nice. So as you can see, especially with this one, the part that's in shadows is still dark. I think that one's gonna turn out cool too. So I'm gonna let everybody dry, because here we are just hanging out. And then we'll go inside, do a wrap up and play. Hello. So we're back in the bedroom now. Everything is finished. So I mounted some of them, like these. I think it looks really nice. Obviously it's not perfectly even. I also did just use like a washable glue stick, so if I decide to get it professionally mounted, I can just with some water and pull it off and rearrange it. But even though it's not like perfect, I kind of really like it. I really love the glass and the flowers. Like, it's very ephemeral. We got some movement. I'm really happy with this. The rest of them, I have some plans, and when I actually do it, I will post an update video just like how I want to paint this part of my room. I have paint for it. It's under my bed. What I want to do is I want to do like fashion drawings with the lace. And then some of them didn't quite turn out. Like, I tried to get a pattern of the chair and it didn't turn out how I wanted. I just don't think it was enough contrast. But that's it. So let me know if y'all have any questions, comments, opinions. And I don't know what we're doing next week yet. We'll find out together. Thank y'all so much. Do all the YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, bell, notification.com. Anyways, I'll see y'all next week.